What is going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So the stock market completely crushed it today. I'm talking heck of a bounce back day. We're about to close in 2 minutes, and the S&P's up over 1%. The Dow's up 1.4%. The NASDAQ 100's up 0.6%. And we have the Russell up well above 1.5%. So today, we're going to break down some stocks, some charts, my thoughts on the markets, plus more. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, smash the like button, and check out my Patreon if you guys want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. All of that's on Patreon, linked right down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So the markets are literally about to close here in 30 seconds. And you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock, the markets have been selling off over the past couple of weeks. We clearly see that, right? Both moving averages here on the 20-day chart have been acting as resistance. And pre-market today, we actually hit a low in terms of the past month of trading. We hit 425.65 here on SPY, and that is lower than the low from yesterday and from the 20th of September. And here goes the bell, guys. There we go. Markets are officially closed. Hope you all had a great week. And again, we hit a low point this morning in SPY, on SPY, whatever you want to say or call it, whatever. SPY, SPY, this hit a low point, and then we saw one heck of a relief rally today, right? We broke back over the 50 moving average, which has been a sticking point on this time frame the past couple of days, and we closed right under the 180 moving average, which brings up a pretty valid question. Is today's rally trustable, trustworthy, or is this a bull trap, right? This is a very serious question that, in my opinion, it's a little bit too early to answer that, but judging off of the past couple of weeks, every rally that we've had after being oversold has been a bull trap, right? We've rallied up towards the moving averages, and we've seen more red. So to answer the question, is this a bull trap? We have to see what happens next week, Monday, Tuesday. Those 2 days are huge, right? Do we end up seeing, let me tell you this, if we break out of 440 and we start breaking into 445 and 445 plus, in that situation, I would say no, it's not a bull trap. That's a legitimate breakout. We'd be moving above the moving averages, breaking highs from the past week, and especially if we take 445 out, that is where I think we're going to see clear blue skies to the top, maybe back to all-time highs. But if we see a couple of red days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we start struggling, breaking out of that 180 moving average at about 435, 438, we start dumping down towards the lows from not only today, but yesterday as well, that would be a sign of a bull trap. So we're going to be seeing, watching and monitoring, really looking closely at what SPY is going to be doing here moving forward. And you guys can see on the intraday chart, we actually pulled back a bit in power hour. That's not too out of the ordinary here on, I don't want to say on Fridays because it doesn't always happen on Fridays, but a lot of the time when you notice a huge run up in the markets, it sells off a bit at close sometimes, right before close, and that's what we got the last 30, 45 minutes. SPY hit 436, and then we sold off to about 433.60, which was about a 0.5%, 0.6% sell-off in the last 30 minutes, which is a decent drop in a pretty short amount of time. And you guys can see on the 4-hour chart, we're actually under both moving averages. So this could very well be a bull trap, guys. I would not trust this rally fully quite yet, again, until we start breaking out of those levels that I mentioned a minute ago, right around 440, 445. Until then, we're going to have to be patient and wait and see what the markets give to us. And we had a pretty good day today. I mean, a lot of individual stocks crushed it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the green, and hopefully it's here to stay. Hopefully it's here to stay. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you guys want to keep up with the content, because I'm going to be making a ton of videos next week and for many, many weeks to come, going over what I'm expecting, going over charts, and just my thoughts on the markets and a little bit of what I'm doing as well sprinkled in. So let's look at QQQ. QQQ is it's definitely looking like a bull trap as well. We didn't even close above 360, which is a bit rough, considering 360 was support earlier in, well, more like the middle of August. Also, it was support last week, about 10 days ago, and it held pretty much all of this week. So the fact that we didn't close above it is not the best sign, but now that I'm looking at it, we're actually above it in the aftermarket hours. And if you look here on QQQ intraday chart, we got a decent drop the last I was about to say 2 hours, not 2 hours. The last 45 minutes, we got a decent drop of about 0.3%, and now we're kind of hovering around 360 after hours. So this looks like SPY, very oversold, pre-market, 354. We got a bit of a relief rally, and it's too early to tell whether or not this rally is trustable, trustworthy. Is it going to rip back to the moon? Is it going to tank more? It's just too early to tell. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, your perspective. Make sure to hit the like button if you guys are finding value in this video. It really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. And now let's talk a little bit about some stocks that I'm looking at here, that most of which ripped today. And let me tell you, I've been buying Upwork the past couple of days, pretty much ever since we've been selling off here. And same with DraftKings, and those two completely crushed it today. DraftKings went up above $50. My average cost is right around $50, so I'm up on DraftKings now. Upwork ripped. I mean, it was up 8% at one point. It closed up 6.5%, so I'm really happy about that. And I don't really plan on selling these in the short term here. I plan on holding them for at least, and by short term, I mean the next couple of days. I plan on holding them for probably another week, 2, maybe 3 weeks, depends. Maybe Upwork I'd be willing to get rid of sooner, but DraftKings I definitely want to hold a little bit more, considering if I pop the chart up, it's super oversold. Even with today's rally, it's really still very oversold, even though we rallied a nice 5% today. So that's kind of, my two main holdings right now for swings. I'm in a bunch more, guys. I'm in about 6-7 positions right now. All you guys in my Patreon know what I'm in. I post all my buys and sells on there, which, again, you could check that out. Link down below. And we had a big move in Uber today, up 5%. Up above $47 per share, and I believe we did break, or we're super close to breaking that high point from the end of September. If you guys remember, Uber ended up ripping randomly. Well, it wasn't really, I guess the day was random. It's not like they reported earnings or anything, but we had a pretty good catalyst. I believe they said they're going to lose a lot less money than expected. Maybe they're going to pull a surprise profit. I'm forgetting exactly what caused the stock to completely explode that day. I'm looking through the live news tab here, but it was good news regarding their financials. Let's see if I can see it. Come on. Okay, here it is, I think. They did, the gross bookings outlook is higher than expected as well. That is a good, very good sign. So Uber has been reversing trend the past couple of trading days. I believe this could last. Will it go back to 65? I don't know. I mean, it's too early to tell, but could it start moving 50, 55? Very possible, considering it's been beaten down for months. Gross booking outlook is higher than expected. The company is looking like they're going to be doing better than expected, right? Which is always great. And it's just reversing, above the moving averages, golden cross, all that good stuff. And another good thing worth mentioning is we pulled back the past 2-3 days onto that 50 moving average, and we hit it at a higher low, and we ripped right off of it. So that's a good sign that buyers are respecting the dip. They bought the dip, and if we break out of 47.50 especially, guys, this is probably going to start moving towards 50. So watch out for Uber. Cheesecake Factory is another one that's very similar to Uber in terms of the chart. The business is not similar. Well, I guess you could get Uber. You could use Uber Eats to get cheesecake, which has nothing to do with anything. I don't even know why I said that, but I guess, hey, maybe some of you guys have done that before. But, you know, the technicals look very similar, right? Uber, it's been downtrending, but now it's breaking out. It's reversing. Very similar to cheesecake. It's been downtrending for the past couple of months. Now we've been reversing. We broke out of both moving averages. We're seeing the start of a golden cross. And like Uber, Cheesecake Factory pulled back a bit, 51 to about 45, and the dip was bought, and now we're trading right back up pretty much to $50 per share. So if we start ripping out of, let's say, $51 on Cheesecake Factory, so I'm going to put my alert right there, that is going to be a sign that, hey, we might see that next leg up towards probably $55, which was resistance between the end of June, late July as well. So I'm thinking that is where Cheesecake could go. Disney also ripped today, ticker symbol DIS. This is up. It went up 4%. And full disclosure, I'm long Disney. It's not a swing trade like DraftKings and Upwork. It's a long-term position. And I'm happy with, you know, the dip overall here on Disney. I think I actually bought some recently in the high 160s, maybe like 169. I got it one day. But I like Disney here, guys. You know, it's been weak as of late. It could also be a swing trading opportunity. It's down about 15% from the all-time high. It's in correction territory, and I think there's a big bright future for Disney, obviously, as many of you guys out there could agree with. And we got news today that Disney settled their breach of contract with Scarlett Johansson. I believe the movie was called Black Widow, which I didn't see that movie. Let me make sure, because I've been out of the movie loop. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I saw Candyman, which was a pretty good movie, but other than that, I really haven't seen any movies. I want to see Venom. I think that's out now. Maybe I'll go see that. But yeah, it was Black Widow. If you guys don't recall, in their contract, and of course, I don't know the specifics. I didn't look too deep into it. I just read some headlines, a little article here and there. But in their contract, they agreed that this movie was going to be, I believe, in theaters only or something like that. And all of a sudden, they're putting it up for streaming. She's not making as much money or something like that. And that's a breach of contract. So at this point, we don't know exactly what happened in terms of them settling the contract or the breach of contract. But they did it. They did it. That was the headline today, which is solid. And let's see if there's any more insight on that. Black Widow earned $379 million at the worldwide box office to date. That is insane, guys. That's a lot of money. Let's see here. The film made a theatrical debut at the same time it was released on Disney Plus Premier Access for an additional $30. So yeah, I mean that's it's pretty interesting, right? It's with the pandemic, everything going on right now, it made movies, theaters, streaming, it's a bit complicated, and I'm sure she's not the only one that's going through a lawsuit right now with these big media giants. I really don't think she's the only one, but she's probably the biggest one going through it right now. So keep your eyes out on Disney for maybe a move back towards low mid 180s. Maybe it breaks out of the downtrend. The top trend line resistance here, that'd be awesome. Like DraftKings, Penn crushed it today. Penn National Gaming. It went up 8.5%, up above $78 per share. It closed up $6 per share. And you guys can see it's breaking out of the moving averages, breaking the wedge here on the 4-hour. We took out the high from, I believe that was earlier in the week, as we broke above $78. This could see a move, in my opinion, back towards the low mid 80s, where it literally was in the beginning of September before the overall markets sold off a bit. So I'm going to be watching this gap right here to fill from 78, high 70s towards that mid 80 level. So keep your eyes out on Penn National Gaming right around these points, guys. Airbnb is another one. Airbnb. This one's moving up 3% today. We pulled back, held that 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart at a higher low, and now we're breaking out. I mean, we're pushing up, with the next target being where we were earlier in the week, about $177, $176 per share, giving it about 2-3% more upside, at least up to where we just were. Now, could it go higher? Absolutely. I mean, it's been reversing past couple of weeks. It's been uptrending. It could definitely go higher. And maybe this is a bit of an ascending triangle. You guys can see resistance at 177. We've been uptrending into that resistance. Maybe we get a leg up out of there. So watch out for Airbnb, ticker symbol ABNB, and oil/CL. Let's pop it up. Let's see what's going on with oil right now. Oil did pretty well today, up 1%. Up 70 cents. We got I guess you can say it was very overbought. We had a big rally in oil from about, 21st of September at 70 a barrel. It rallied all the way to 77 a barrel in literally 1 week. So that was a pretty awesome move, especially if you're in oil, which I am. I own XLE, which we'll take a look at here in a second. If you were in oil, you did well there, and it makes sense that we saw a bit of a pullback, some choppiness the past couple of days, as we were, like I said, pretty overbought. So you can see oil, it was choppy between $74, $76, that $2 window, and today it looks like we're finally starting to break back out. With upside now to about 77 per share, or not per share, per barrel, right? Which was the high from the beginning of July. And yes, that did rhyme, guys. So, I mean, look, oil, it could break out. I mean, it really could, whether it's next week, the week after. I feel like this period of time from July to September, October now, that was just a brief sell-off. I don't see oil going much lower from here. In fact, this is setting up for a breakout. I think we're going to go 80 plus a barrel. You guys saw JP Morgan came out saying they raised their target, end-of-year target for per barrel from 80 to 90. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I was saying that before. I was saying higher oil prices before JP Morgan even came out and said that. I mean, and I've been buying these stocks. You guys know that. So I think there's more upside in crude oil. Again, I'm long XLE, which is an ETF that tracks a bunch of oil stocks, so I don't have to go and pick out individual oil stocks. I already did that with XOM, made some good money on that. I'm out of XOM now. You guys know that, or at least some of you do. And I put that money into XLE, and today XLE went up 3.5% almost, and they pay a nice dividend of about 4 or 5% at this point in time. And if crude oil goes 80, 90 a barrel, XLE's going past 55, no doubt about it, which was the high, more like 56 back in the beginning of June. So if we get 80, 90 a barrel, XLE, I think 65, 70 a share, maybe even more than that. That is where I think we could be headed. So watch out for that. And to end off the video, let's go over Marriott. Marriott ripped today, up 5%. It pulled back yesterday, held a higher low above that 50 moving average, bounced right off of it, and we ended up taking out the highs from this week at 155. We closed above them, and now after hours, we're trading at 156. So I believe Marriott is getting ready, is tuning up to probably break out of the high here from a couple months ago at about 160. If we see that leg up out of there, are we at all-time highs right now? I'm not too sure, actually. Let me double check. We might not be, actually. No, we are at all-time highs. Yes, we're at all-time highs, guys. What else is new, right? So, yeah, if Marriott breaks 159, 156, where it is right now, we're probably going all-time highs. Caesars Palace, or is that even the official name here? Let me double-check. Caesars Entertainment, not Caesars Palace. Ticker symbol CZR. Also ended up ripping up today, hit an all-time high today at about $119. And this makes you ask the question, when is Wynn going to follow along? And the answer to that is China, right? That is why Wynn is not following these hotel, entertainment, gambling stocks or casino stocks, whatever you want to call them, because Wynn has a large part of their business in Macau. So once that clears up, once we understand what's going to go on there, this is going to recover, in my opinion, over $100 per share, and that is why I'm positioned in Wynn Resorts. I own shares at $91. Yes, I am down a little bit, but I'm fine with that. I'm going to be holding on. I think there's more upside here, and I'm willing to stomach the risk and volatility. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, and check out my Patreon. If you all want my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, which, by the way, I uploaded a morning update video to YouTube today to show you guys how that works and to give you a little bit of a taste. Check it out. It's from this morning, the video before this, if you're interested. And if you want to sign up to the Patreon, it's linked right down below. And the first of the month is typically the best time to sign up because you have the whole month to decide whether or not you want to keep the membership, cancel it, do whatever. So check it out. It's linked right down below. Make sure to also get your $30 from M1, your 2 stocks from Webull. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll pop up the morning update video here to give you guys a chance to look at that. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Again, as always, keep crushing the markets. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.